All right. And I see the Vice Mayor. I feel like Mr. Rogers.
I believe I'm not seeing Councilmember Holliver.
I don't see Councilwoman Pappen unless I'm missing her.
Councilmember Pappen is in.
Okay.
Okay, he's in the weight room.
Very good. Thank you.
Okay, that would be all 5 council members.
So we are set. We are good to go. Excellent. Matthew, we're good to go.
All set.
Okay. Oh, how about my camera? Good evening to all of our visitors, residents and guests to Millbrae's council meeting of Tuesday, December 14th, 2021. This is our reorganization meeting, and we are very grateful that you are all here with us tonight. With that, City Clerk, could you please do roll call?
Thank you. Councilmember Holliver?
Present.
Councilmember Fung?
Here.
Councilmember Pappen?
Here.
Okay. Vice Mayor Oliva?
Here.
Mayor Schneider?
Here.
All members of the City Council are present.
All right, and if you could all please join me in standing for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Tonight is our reorganization night. It's a night of celebration, and I am just very happy to add one last commendation in my term as mayor. City Clerk, could you please pull up the commendation? The City of Millbrae, California is extending this commendation, whereas the President's Volunteer Service Awards, a civil award bestowed by the President of the United States, and whereas originally established by executive order by George W. Bush, the award's purpose is to honor volunteers that give hundreds of hours per year helping others through the President's Council on Service and Civic Participation. And whereas the award can be granted to individuals, families, and organizations located throughout the United States. And whereas, depending on the amount of service hours completed, individuals or groups can receive bronze, silver, gold, and/or the President's Call to Service Award, which is also referred to as the President's Lifetime Achievement Award. To attain gold standard threshold, an individual or group must have at least 250 certified hours of community service for the service year. And whereas the Call to Service Award is the most prestigious of the President's Service Awards and has been bestowed to few Americans to recognize extraordinary and exceptional service. And if we could scroll a little. Whereas the 8-member Millbrae Leo's Board of 1920-1922 have been awarded the Gold Presidential Volunteer Service Award, including President Brian Wen, Vice President Mark Solomon, Secretary Brandon Huang, Budget Director Kylie Chan, Membership Director Colin Say, Projects Director Kaiyan Wong, Webmaster David Locke, and Historian Austin Wong. Now, therefore, we, the members of the Millbrae City Council, do hereby congratulate and commend the Millbrae Leos for receiving the President of the United States Volunteer and Service Award issued by Honorable Joseph R. Biden, President of the United States. And I believe we have Cayenne Wong accepting tonight.
Thank you, Mayor Ann Schneider, and thank you to the Millbrae City Council for having me and various other board members here today. I believe Brian, Mark, Colin, Austin, and Brandon are also in the meeting this evening. So thank you for issuing a commendation to the Millbrae Leos Club. I'm the projects director for the Leos, and I am honored to be here tonight to accept it. Our club has really expanded this year with so many new members hearing about our various projects and wanting to join in. And projects we have done include our plastic bench project, where we have collected and recycled over 4,100 pounds of plastic, and also helping out at various local community events, including tree lighting ceremony, crab feeds, festivals, and so much more. Receiving this award puts us on the radar, and it shows our community that youth can really make a difference. Thank you.
Thank you. I am a full disclosure here. I'm an advisor to the Leos Club. I couldn't be more proud of all of you, but also more proud of our community. The Leos are just a reflection of how truly generous our community is, how many groups out there volunteer time. For all of the young people who might be watching, whether you're Interact or Boy Scouts, now we know that you too can qualify for a future President's Award. And please feel free to reach out to me or Leo advisor Michael Kelly for information on that. We're just so very proud of our young people of Millbrae. Thank you much. And I know it's finals week. Good luck. And Eduardo, if I can get my screen back. Okay. Next up is agenda overview and staff briefing. Mr. Williams, go ahead.
Yes, thank you. Good evening to you, Mayor. Again, members of the City Council and the Millbrae community. My name is Tom Williams, City Manager. The agenda overview includes the calendar of events attached to the council packet. Approval of meeting minutes this evening. There are none. There are no oral reports from any city committee or commission chairs. Then we move forward to public communication. Public communication is for any member of the public to address the City Council on any item not on the agenda, and the time is limited to 3 minutes. Then we move to the consent calendar. We do have one item of business on the consent calendar this evening, and that's to consider adoption of a resolution finding that the proclaimed state of emergency continues to impact the city's ability to meet safely in person. Then we move to the main item on the council agenda this evening, which is the reorganization of the City Council. That includes the welcome and recognition of dignitaries, comments from outgoing Mayor Schneider, comments from any council members, presentations from dignitaries or organizations and members of the public to the outgoing mayor. And then we actually have two presentations, one by the Office of Congresswoman Spear and the Office of Senator Josh Becker. And then we do have a couple of gifts to the outgoing mayor this evening. Then we move to the nomination of offices for mayor and vice mayor. And then we would conclude tonight's meeting and adjourn the council meeting. So that is an overview of tonight's agenda.
Thank you, City Manager. We have no minutes to approve tonight, and there are no oral reports from city committees or commissions. Moving on to public communication. To the public, these are for items not on the agenda tonight. And if you could please raise your hand, or if you're on the phone, make sure that our city clerk can see you. And I am looking for you right now. Eduardo,
I do see,
Mr. Wayne Lee, former Mayor Lee, please go ahead.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I just wanted to congratulate you on your year as mayor. You did a lot of work, and I think it should be very much appreciated and acknowledged. And also wanted to congratulate Vice Mayor Leva early on, and I'm hoping that this is the year that we we finish and cut the ribbon on the new center, because it'd be so appropriate. Again, thank you, Mayor Schneider, for your work as mayor this year.
Thank you, former Mayor Lee. I don't see any other hands raised. Eduardo, do you see anybody? Okay.
I do not.
With that, closing public comment for items not on the agenda and moving to consent calendar. This is the adoption of the proclaimed state of emergency, that it continues to impact to meet safety in person, and declaring the city council and city commissions and committees will continue to meet remotely in order to ensure the health and safety of the public. This is an action. May I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Pappen. Second, Pappen.
I believe that was Vice Mayor Oliva, seconded by Councilwoman Pappen. Okay, if there's no discussion, City Clerk, could you call the vote?
Madam Mayor, I saw
Oh.
I saw former Mayor Fogarty's hands up.
I did, okay, was that? Go ahead, Mayor Fogarty.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I just wanted to suggest to the council that even after the emergency is passed, that you look at continuing with a hybrid sort of meeting, as a lot of organizations are doing, so that those who aren't able to actually drive in the dark at night, some of our seniors, people who may be out of town, people who are all interested, if they could participate remotely, it would be a great help, I think, to getting more participation by more people in town. I'd also like to suggest that the council look into opening City Hall with plastic sort of safety dividers, the way grocery stores and banks and a lot of other workers who deal with the public have done to provide safety, but also to open the people's place of business to the people. I know we've all been very careful, but I think hopefully we're going to come out of this. And I think the idea of protecting our public employees from any kind of bug is a good idea. So again, that's something that I think that the city should look at. It's opening City Hall, but with protection for our employees in the same nature that grocery stores and banks have done. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Fogarty.
So Mayor, if it's a pleasure of the city council, I would recommend that we, based on that comment, formally pull this from the consent calendar. And if you'd like a response, because City Hall is open by appointment, and I can go into more detail if the city council desires, or we can address this the first meeting in January.
Tom, would you mind if we address it at the first meeting? I know
Most
we have
yeah.
dignitaries in the room, and they may have other meetings to go to. Thank you, Ms. Fogarty. And with that, can we call, if I see no other hands, and let's call the vote.
Councilmember Holliber,
Aye.
Councilmember Spung,
Aye.
Councilmember Pappen,
Aye.
Vice Mayor Oliva,
Aye.
Mayor Schneider.
Aye.
The city council approves a consent calendar by a vote 5-0.
Thank you. Okay, consent calendar done. Moving on to reorganization. And again, thanking everyone for being here tonight. And if you will just give me a second to pull up our recognition of dignitaries here. And Eduardo, if you touch the main screen, I lose my screen. First, I would like to welcome Sarah Trejo from Congresswoman Jackie Spears' office, Saul Miranda, State Senator Josh Becker's representative, Kevin Fong, Assembly Member Pro Tem Kevin Mullins' representative, Randy Torrijos, who is representing Supervisor Dave Pine, Louis J. Vella, Honorable Consul of the Republic of Malta, and a number of our former mayors. So glad to have you here tonight. Robert Gottschalk, Janet Fogarty, Marge Colapietro. I don't see Dan Quigg on the list, but I thought I saw his name up. We have our sheriff, our chief of the Millbrae Police Bureau, Christina Corpus, the chief of Central County, our fire department, Bruce Barron. We have from the Community Foundation, Joe Terezi, and I'm just going to list names and go through quickly. Thank you. Deirdre Gladwin, Rotary Club, Millbrae Education Foundation, Kathy Quigg, Planning Commissioner. There's Dan. Park and Rec Commissioner. Maureen Davis, Planning Commissioner. Amy Chan from the Peninsula Chinese Business Association, Amy Lauer, the chair of our Millbrae Culture Arts Committee and Millbrae ARC, Elise Staples, Millbrae Library, or Friends of the, Elise from Millbrae Library, Joy Pasamonte Henry, Millbrae Education Foundation Board President and a member of the Anti-Racist Coalition, Sherry Terezi from the Rotary Club, Evan Jones from Mid-Peninsula Boys and Girls Club, Marion Kong from Millbrae Cultural Committee and Lions Club, Susan Yao from the Millbrae Girl Scout Troop 6527 and is our troop leader, Kathleen Kimura, the Japanese Cultural Festival Committee member and Sister City Committee member, John Chang from the Millbrae Cultural Committee, and I also believe our Sister City Commission, Alice Kwong from the Millbrae Cultural Committee, Margaret Fung from the Economic Vitality Advisory Committee. We have Sarah Johnson and Ann Simmons from MCTV, Gina Miranda from the Millbrae Anti-Racist Coalition, Niwa Cheng from the Millbrae Cultural Committee, John Kiefer, Park and Recs Commissioner, Carol Krasilnikoff, Chair of Community Enhancement Advisory Committee, and along with Jean Wong and Mohammed Amin. Mohammed, I'm going to brutalize your name. Zara Lanjaromi, our newest member of the Millbrae Community Enhancement Committee, John Hipley from Culture Arts Committee, Nicole Tran from Economic Vitality Committee, Rochelle Mullen, the chair of our Senior Advisory Committee, Chi Ying Wong Po, our Sister City Commission, Anthony Leong, Millbrae Anti-Racist Coalition, Joanne McMahon from the Friends of Millbrae Library, Macy Lee and Paul Harrell from Millbrae Rotary, and Paul Harrell also San Mateo County's Veteran of the Year, Mark Rockelman, Cub Scout Troop 355, Dino Di Ranieri from Millbrae CERT, and Steve Henderson from another commissioner, our newest commissioner to the Millbrae Park and Recs Commission. Welcome to all your dignitaries. If I miss someone, please raise your hand. And I'm changing screens. Suji, and please welcome Suji Chang, who is the troop leader for Boy Scout Troop 355 and new planning commissioner, Christopher Del Negro. Sorry, cottonmouth here. Thank you. Thank you for raising your hand. And again, welcome everyone tonight. I'm going to make hopefully some brief remarks, even though I have a script here, but I'm going to be shortening it as we go. Good evening, and thank you again, everyone, for being here tonight. I would like to recognize my colleagues on the Millbrae City Council, Vice Mayor Ann Oliva, Councilmember Gina Pappen, Councilmember Anders Fung, and Councilmember Ruben D. Hulliber. It was one heck of a year, and I'm going to blame Tom Williams entirely for all of the special meetings, the closed-door meetings. I'm teasing. Council, we all worked really hard this year, and I am so grateful to all of you for what a great team we were this year, how we move forward on so many things. It really, truly was a team effort, and I couldn't have had a better city council to work with this year. I also want to thank all of the other elected officials who have stepped up. I know we have two mayors in the room who have stepped up to help fundraise for the Recreation Center, as well as many other community members. And again, Millbrae wouldn't be what we are today without all of you. I also want to thank Tom Williams, our city manager, and all of our staff, our city clerk, Elaine Tran, who's on maternity leave, having just had a baby girl a few weeks ago, and our acting city clerk, Eduardo Gonzalez. As all the council members know, we wouldn't be able to do anything without our city clerks and all of staff. So I just want you to know that we really, really appreciate you. And a huge shout out to all of the Public Works members who were out fighting the flooding at Landing Lane over the weekend and yesterday. When I was sworn in as mayor, we were still in the midst of a global pandemic. We were still sheltering at home and within our social bubbles. And then the vaccine came out. And I got the opportunity to see Millbrae waking up. Again, thanks to the residents who were quickly vaccinated and gave our city one of the highest vaccination rates in San Mateo County and in the state. Because of this, and because of the willingness of our community to wear masks and to social distance and to be kind to each other, we were able to bring back most of the events that we love to host here in Millbrae, from Movies Under the Stars, Beats and Brews, the Lions Millbrae Machine Car Show, the Chamber of Art and Wine Festival, Millbrae Cultural Committee's Mid-Autumn Festival, the Japanese Cultural Festival, the Rotarian Halloween Carnival, and the holiday tree lighting, just to name quite a few. We were able to bring things back, and I hope all of you had the chance to attend one or all of these events, because the happiness that these events gave off got me through the year. Frankly, it's been a hard year for all of us. We've had a very busy city council year. And for most of us, most of the audience, you don't realize the nuts and bolts, but we updated the revised scope of work for the general plan, the downtown and El Camino Real specific plan, the housing element, the active transportation plan, and we reauthorized the Millbrae Station area specific plan to permit biosafety level 2 life sciences. And they are already in the process and will be coming through more of the process in the early part of 2022. Now that might seem like a lot of change for Millbrae, and it is, but it's going to give us a whole new look and a lot of additional revenue into the general fund to do the things that you all care about. The gateway at Millbrae Station has been moving on. We just recently approved and saw the new art that will be happening down there. We were able to get in our affordable on-site and in lieu fee requirement ordinances and many other housing ordinances. In fact, I would say last year was the year of working on housing. We also, as I said, worked on a lot of community infrastructure on that, and you'll be seeing more of that roll out over the next year. Things, again, that don't seem so exciting is we had a very big year for water and sewer systems. Now, anybody who knows me knows that I actually love water and sewer systems because it's science in action. And we have improved miles and miles of sewer lines and things like that. We constructed the new trail at Josephine Waugh Park, as well as pedestrian and bicycle improvements between the transit center and the spur trail. This is going to make it safer and a better experience to walk and ride in Millbrae. And again, couldn't be happier that this finished and was open to the public for use. Our traffic engineer continued to develop bicycle and pedestrian corridors on the East Millbrae Avenue. So as soon as we can fundraise, we can get that new overpass over 101. And then moving, and I'll probably close just a little bit after the environment. With everything that COVID had, with all the new requiremements that we had to move to and that staff had to change each time, we still had a pretty amazing year in moving forward with our climate action plan that was adopted a year ago. We were able to bring back our Earth Day activities, slightly modified. We were able to get cleanup events with the help of many people in the public. We kept cleaning up trails and parks. We had a huge prevention week and coastal cleanup day in person, and we were able to plant our first monarch butterfly pollinator garden. And that again was with 2 mayors for the day. So we introduced mayors for the day into Millbrae, and the 2 young people, Emmeline and Cooper, were amazing mayors that day. And then of course, in late 2019, we approved the design of the Millbrae Recreation Center. And in fact, it is ahead of schedule, and incoming Mayor Oliva will be able to cut the ribbons, and I hate to jinx us, hopefully in late spring. So please mark your calendar. With that, and again, hats off to Vice Mayor Oliva and Councilman Fung. They worked very hard to come up with a new program for probably the #1 concern in Millbrae, the growing unhoused population. And I am very happy to say that we have set aside $100,000 in partnership with the County Health Department and Life Moves to be working and finding solutions for our unhoused population that's really here because we're at an end of the line station for BART. And we've just recently approved cameras that should help with the burglary and car theft program. So again, it's been a very, very busy year. And I am just grateful that we got everything done. And we couldn't have done it without all of you here. I wish all of you a very, very happy and safe holiday period, and 2022 where we might be able to have those hybrid council meetings again. And that I'm just very grateful for the last year. Thank you all. Switching back to a different agenda.
So Mayor Schneider, may I make a comment?
Please go ahead, Vice Mayor.
I just wanted to thank you for your year. And it was like poetry in motion. I mean, I couldn't believe when everything shut down, we just woke up. And with your leadership and COVID and our meetings, yes, we had a lot of them in your year. We had plenty of them. But thank you for stepping up and moving it along and getting all this work done. It's been a pleasure working with you as the leader of our city. And I look forward to next year working together again. But thank you again. And you know what? I think for everybody that of our council, we will always remember COVID, and we'll always remember you were our mayor in COVID. So I think that's kind of cool.
Thank you, Vice Mayor. That's lovely. I'm trying to get back to my agenda. I can't see hands raised right now. I think this is comments from council on the agenda. And Councilwoman Gina Pappen.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I appreciate it. And I want to thank you. After our long discussion and reaching common goals here, I was truly happy to nominate you for the position of mayor, and you were really put to the test here. Your commitment and your passion for the city of Millbrae is undeniable. So I want to thank you for all your hard work. As duly noted here, all the council meetings, all the special meetings, all the immensely important things that we had to do this year. Thank you for leading us through that process, and thank you very, very much for your service.
Thank you, Councilwoman Pappen. Councilman Holliber.
Thank you very much, Madam Mayor. You know, I thought being mayor in 2020 was a challenging year, but I think 2021 has probably been more challenging, just with how much everything has changed throughout the year. I don't think we all thought we'd still be virtual in December when you took office last year. But here we are, and I think, worked really well together as a council, and with your leadership, had so many special meetings and closed session meetings this year, probably more than we've had at any point during my tenure on the council, but I think we worked through it well. We made a lot of progress. As you mentioned, we have those 2 biotech developments coming through that will deliver thousands of jobs to Millbrae. And our recreation center, I think we're all very excited about the reopening, hopefully this coming spring. So thank you very much for your service and for everything you do. I know you also serve on a statewide recycling committee, so you certainly have put in a lot of work, especially over this past year. And I just want to thank you very much for your service, and I think it's a well-deserved break after tonight. So thank you.
Thank you. Yes, as you can tell, my brain is already on vacation mode because I go on vacation in a couple of days. Thank you very much. Not seeing. Oh, Councilman Fung.
Yeah. Thank you, Madam Mayor, for a great 2021. Leading a city such as us throughout the pandemic time is no easy task, and you did a great job at it. I'm glad we see that our city has been able to make great progress last year under your leadership. As you mentioned, we dedicated quite a bit of resources in public safety and keeping our community safer. So that's a lot of work already being done there. Thank you for your leadership in that. And also the rec center, among many other things that you have mentioned in your earlier remarks. Leading us through, during a time such as this is a tremendous task, and you did a really good job at it. And, I enjoyed working with you throughout the last year and look forward to more years ahead. Thank you so much, Mayor.
Thank you. And I'm going to use my mayor's priority. I forgot the things that I most wanted to mention. The two committees that I liaison to, a huge shout out to Cultural Arts Advisory that had several projects completed, including the mural at the skateboard park with the Park and Recs Commission. And community enhancement, climate change is of course my #1 priority. Didn't get to work as much of it as I wanted to, but we had the tree dedication, and I know Councilman Fung came to one of the tree dedications along the spur trail, and I couldn't be happier. Next year, I'm hoping to plant trees, working with the Boy Scouts, doing tree inventories, and letting our new mayor take the helm on that. So with that, moving on to our guests. If the office, I think we're going to share the screen, Eduardo. This is my first time doing this. I'm feeling very awkward. There we go. And if Congresswoman Spears' representative could please join us.
Can you hear me?
You're coming in great.
Okay, great. Sorry, I don't have a good working camera on this device. My apologies for that. First, I wanted to apologize for the Congresswoman not being able to come to the meeting. As you know, she's very busy, and sorry for my cat. So the Congresswoman really wants to, thank you for your service. Obviously, this was a very difficult year for everyone. And, she really recognizes a year well done. She really wants to congratulate you on your ability to represent the city during such difficult times. You've worked very hard in, pandemic recovery efforts, and, that's very appreciated by the Congresswoman. So here, we'd like to present to you a certificate of recognition. So it's presented to the Honorable Ann Schneider, and I will read the words that are on this. So thank you for your leadership as mayor of Millbrae for the last year during an unprecedented global pandemic. You and your colleagues did your level best to assure that constituents received housing, food, business, and other support to sustain them during the emergency. Your dedication and advocacy for the residents of Millbrae demonstrate your commitment to basic human needs. Thank you for a job done with skill and great compassion towards others during tremendously challenging times. And that will be all for my remarks. And again, thank you so much for all of your hard work. We truly appreciate it, and especially the Congresswoman.
Thank you, Ms. Trejo. Thank you. And obviously, I think we all are grateful for Congresswoman Spears' many, many years of service. Wish her the best of her last year in office, and we will miss her greatly. But the city of Millbrae, Congresswoman Spear was able to get us $800,000 for work on our sewer treatment plant to get it ready for finding more water supply. And she has been out there fighting for us on airport noise and so many other issues. So I am just grateful for having the opportunity in my life to know the Congresswoman.
I will pass your message to her.
Thank you. And now from the office of Senator Becker, if we can pull up that screen. And I think I'm trying to find who we have here from Senator Becker's office. My apology, that's on a different document. There are disadvantages to Zoom.
Mayor, if I may, that would be Saul Miranda from Senator Josh Becker's office.
Hi, welcome, Saul. Saul is our new representative. He came to the topping off of the core Rollins Road apartments. Welcome, Saul.
Hello, it is a pleasure being here with y'all. So I apologize, Senator Becker wasn't able to make it to tonight's reorganization. However, he does send over his. I apologize. I'm kind of nervous. This is my first time.
Invite.
However, I do want to present this on behalf of Senator Becker. I would like to. Oh my God, I had this all planned out. Sorry, my apologies. Oh my goodness. But on behalf of Senator Becker, I would like to offer you this certificate of recognition. I did make a typo, however, it states in appreciation for the years of as mayor to the city of Millbrae through these pandemic times. This commendation is presented in recognition of your inspiring and extraordinary commitment to the residents of Millbrae. Your thoughtful representation of the community makes Millbrae a better place. On behalf of the 13th Senate District, please accept our gratitude for your leadership. Please accept our sincere best wishes. And it was a pleasure meeting you that day. And ultimately, thank you for everything that you've done for Millbrae. It was a pleasure to meet you.
It was my pleasure too, Mr. Miranda. Incoming Mayor Oliva, we would probably want to make sure that we introduce you with the incoming mayor, because you are new to our city, and Saul really wants to get to know Millbrae well. So we haven't had a time to give you a tour, take you out for coffee, but in the new year. So thank you very much. And then there is something that I don't believe I have responsibility for. City Manager.
Yes, thank you, Mayor Snyder. So Mayor Snyder, congratulations on a very successful year, of course, and much has been said this evening. The many accomplishments, very long hours, and key decisions that you and the City Council have made throughout the year is commendable. I have over 35 years in the municipal business, and this City Council worked extremely hard. And there aren't even enough words to explain the success and how hard this council has worked this year. So it's commendable. Congratulations to you and the entire council. We have gifts. They're up here on the screen. As was said, as we continue to navigate through COVID-19, the variants that keep popping up, the Delta variant, now the Omicron variant, the gavel that you see there, you were never able to use, but we are presenting you with this gavel, Mayor Ann Schneider, City of Millbrae 2020-2021. I wish I had a mute button, because I think on Zoom, the mute button that was available to you is much more valuable than any gavel you could ever have in a live meeting. So at least you were able, as I think Vice Mayor said, you'll be remembered through this COVID year as the mayor. And that mute button, I think you'll appreciate. But congratulations in the gavel and the flag in this flag box. This flag was displayed out in front of City Hall, your last day as mayor here at the City of Millbrae, something that we have started to kind of do as a tradition, as a parting gift, Mayor. So we will be providing these to you. We will, you can either come by and pick them up, or we'll drop them off at your home. So congratulations on your leadership and a great year, and bringing this team together. So thank you very much.
Thank you. That's absolutely really lovely. You know, I've got one from my dad, who was a World War II Korea vet. So now we'll have two flags, one from the Capitol and one from the City of Millbrae. That's absolutely lovely. Okay, now I think next it is my honor to open up the nominations for the office of mayor, and I'm going to use my last outgoing mayor's power. I would like to nominate Vice Mayor Annie Oliva as mayor of City of Millbrae for 2022.
I'd like to second that motion. We get 2 seconds. And congratulations to Steph Curry's 3-pointers.
Oh, it's a monumental night tonight, or a historic night tonight. Thank you. I'm going to accept both seconds on that. And I believe, these years are always such a do we vote? We
Yes, Mayor,
formally
call for the
vote.
question.
We formally vote. Please call the vote.
Yes.
My last time of calling the vote.
Yes.
Please go ahead, City Clerk Eduardo.
Councilmember Holliber,
Aye.
Councilmember Fung,
Aye.
Councilmember Pappen,
Aye.
Vice Mayor Oliva,
Aye.
Mayor Schneider.
A very happy yes.
The motion for Vice Mayor Annie Oliva to be appointed to the office of mayor passes by a vote of 5-0.
I mean, normally we'd be in council clapping, right?
Fire season, putting out fires here.
Thank
But
you.
with that, Mayor, it is now in your hands.
Oh, I didn't realize that. Don't I have to be sworn in first?
Oh,
Yes,
I'm sorry. Yes, you have to be sworn in. Yeah.
All right. We're
So
gonna
we do have the oath of office. I think city clerk or acting city clerk. We have the incoming mayors, Georgine Karabat will be swearing in Mayor Annie Oliva.
You guys,
I want you to.
perfect. I'm going.
Go ahead.
I, Annie Oliva, do solemnly swear
I, Annie Oliva, do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States
that I will support and protect the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California
and the Constitution of the State of California
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
against all enemies, foreign and domestic.
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the Constitution of the United States
to the Constitution of the United States
and to the Constitution of the State of California,
and to the Constitution of the State of California.
that I take this obligation freely
I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion,
without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well and faithfully
and that I will well and faithfully
discharge the duties upon which I am about to enter.
say it again. You laughed at me, see?
Discharge the duties
I will
upon
discharge the duties upon
which I am about to enter.
of which I'm about to enter. Thank you. My team. Thank you, guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thanks, George.
Yeah.
Georgine Karabat, one of our residents at 440 Hazel. And Maureen Davis behind us with Gina Zari. Thank you, girls. And Duster, my dog. So with that being said, I think that now we, thank you, team, by the way, we need to have a nomination for vice mayor.
Madam Mayor, I'd like to nominate Councilmember Gina Pappen as our vice mayor.
Do we have a
Second.
second? We have a second.
Second.
We have a vote, please.
Councilmember Holliber,
Aye.
Councilmember Fung,
Aye.
Councilmember Pappen,
Aye, thank you.
Vice Mayor Oliva,
Aye.
Mayor Schneider.
And Councilwoman Schneider says yes.
Okay,
I get to go to the bottom of the list now.
okay,
Annie Oliva, yes.
okay. Sorry about that. The motion for Councilmember Gina Pappen to be appointed to the office of Vice Mayor passes by a vote of 5-0.
Congratulations, Vice Mayor Pappen.
Thank you, Mayor Oliva.
So with that, we are going to have, comments from the newly installed mayor. That might be.
Actually, no, we're gonna have a swearing in over
Yeah,
here.
Mayor, we need a
Right.
swearing
I
in.
think we need to swear her in.
And we have San Mateo's deputy mayor, Ms. Diane Pappen, swearing in Vice Mayor Gina Pappen.
I talked her into it.
One vice mayor, one deputy mayor to vice mayor. Okay,
Welcome.
repeat after me, please. I
I, Gina Pappen,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend
that I will support and defend
the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of California
the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of California
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of California,
to the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of California,
that I take this obligation freely
that I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion,
without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties upon which I am about to enter.
that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties upon which I am about to enter.
Congratulations, says your favorite sister.
Thank you, everybody.
Beautiful. Okay, so are we just about done here? Let me see. Comments from the newly installed mayor. So team here, do we have any viewers still left on here? But we have at least 5 of us, right? When accepting the role of the mayor, many thoughts come to mind. And it's a privilege that comes with a great deal of responsibility, a leadership role to give direction and encouragement. I've held this position once before, and I hope that I apply everything, both prior experience from council and mayorship, that I've learned. Although for sure, I'm not claiming to be an expert, I will still need the help in running a perfect meeting. With our #1 staff in Millbrae, they will make that easy. As mayor, it is impossible to work without the efforts of a team. Millbrae has a very strong and powerful group of leaders. We're well built with great diversity, voted in by our community to the office of Millbrae City Council. Now, describing our electives on what I see as their experience and their expertise is probably not perfect descriptions of each and every one of them, but it is an example of our strengths. Anders, expertise on developments. Ruben, expertise on policy and process. Anne, expertise on environmental issues. Gina, expertise on debating me and making us think all about the other side of everything. Our diversity is our strength. All the while together, we have the passion to do everything that is for the best in Millbrae. Now, as we know, we have some immediate challenges to get to work on right away together in 2022. Most recently, we have been imposed and bullied upon to create district elections. 5 new districts need to be designed into our 2.5 by 2.5 mile district map of our mighty city. I always believe that any great leader should find someone to replace for themselves and mentor someone. So to my neighbors listening, I'll be looking for one of you to step forward and raise your hand. Being forced to find leadership in a specific neighborhood will be a challenging task for our city, but I'm up for that challenge. This year's will have no personal agenda for me. Our council together has goals to move Millbrae forward in a positive direction. We need to address our homeless population issues that continue to find Millbrae a place that transient homeless people end up. This is a huge problem that we will not give up on. We have teamed up with Life Moves, a professional nonprofit that has proven to have success in helping both the homeless and mental health population, a population that deserves the dignity and the respect that any human being does. Tonight, I'm wearing green, which symbolizes mental health awareness. The toll of the pandemic has been great, and mental health challenges are at a crisis level in our county. They cut across race, gender, ethnic, and economic differences, and quite frankly, cannot be addressed alone by just Millbrae. I'm pleased to begin my term as mayor by joining the San Mateo County Mayor's Mental Health Initiative, a countywide effort to raise awareness and drive challenge that will help our residents truly recover from the mental health effects of which we all see in our streets in Millbrae. every day. There's 12 mayors that'll be working on this year together and addressing the needs of our community. I'd also like to see this year to accomplish the groundbreaking on the west side of the BART. Our city's been incredibly diligent and strategic to make this intermodal station be able to be iconic and a fantastic economic potential to the city of Millbrae. It is time to start on this project and develop it right. One more thing, we also need to deal with the issue of housing in our state and our county, which has been imposed to our city. You may think that it's an easy job for someone like me. I'm a housing advocate. I find houses for people every day. I understand the need for housing and the need for different kinds of housing. Millbrae must make the right decision for Millbrae. Where and how to build more housing in Millbrae should be Millbrae's decision. Policy from Sacramento may need to be challenged, and this group will be sensitive to our people of Millbrae and what they want. So much to do, so much to achieve. We get to work on all this. We are so lucky to live and work here. Thank God for everyone's well health tonight and for our businesses. And of course, anyone that wants to come and start a new business in Millbrae, because happy days are here again. I am grateful for this opportunity to be your Millbrae mayor because I love Millbrae. I thank you all very much. With that being said, I'd like to adjourn tonight and go have some fun. Everybody, thank you so much.
Congratulations, Mayor Oliva. I look forward to another very successful year in working with you, Vice Mayor Pavan, and all the councils. So thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you, everybody.
Happy holidays.
Congratulations.
Bye, guys.
Next year.
Congrats and good luck.